Hey guys, SpacePigguArt here, and today I'm gonna actually be doing something a little bit different. I don't know how much of the outline you can see at this point, but if you follow me on Twitter, you may have noticed that I do. I've been drawing like some of these floating island things, and I don't know. I was just I really liked the idea, and they were turning out kind of pretty, so that's what I went with for this video. As you can see, I've already started doing all the stuff. I already had the sketch down, standard stuff. But yeah. So I started off using, I think it was Cocktail Pink and Heather. Cocktail Pink and Heather, for the pink and purple respectively. And that's like, I'm trying to do a lighting thing. Don't know how well that went. Maybe not very well. But I kind of like it. I don't think it looks so much like lighting as weird rock colour, but yeah, and I went over that with putty. That's the colour that I laid down there, and I'm now going over that with tan. Just to kind of layer up colours, give it a bit more depth. I'm trying to like show where the bottom of each like layer of rock is, like it's just been pulled out of the ground, I guess. It's, I guess, kind of inspired by the what's the game, Skyward Sword stuff, that kind of thing, but a little more blocky, a little more cartoony, I guess. Yeah, but I thought this was kind of a fun thing to do. It's different, and I really need to work on like environments and drawing stuff that isn't people, basically. That and animals and like the rest of the world building stuff, really, that isn't just the characters, because I don't know, it's fun. But yeah, I'm just kind of going over colours. I go over a lot in this. I'm sorry if it's not that interesting to watch, but yeah, I think it all comes together pretty nice. Here I'm using Praline, which is, well, they're all Pro Marker colours, they're all there. And just like making sure I make it all pretty defined, nice, just get that effect in there, basically. Trying to build up that whole thing. I use exactly the same colours for the tree, so Cocktail Pink, Heather, Putty, Tan and Praline. And some of this gets cut out, but you're not really missing anything because I'm just doing exactly the same but with a tree instead. And I decided to do that so that like there wasn't too much variation in the colour palette. Like, I know that can kind of look boring if it's all the same, but I didn't want to mess around too much because I wasn't really sure how I wanted it to look. But yeah, here you can see I've just finished doing that. I'm going over the pinks and the purple in there and in the tree, just trying to make everything look bright and fun. And yeah, now I'm also doing little leaves that are scattered across the whole thing, like the tree is losing its leaves very slowly, like there's very few leaves hanging around, but that kind of thing. And here I'm using Pale Citrus, which is a flex marker rather than Pro Marker colour, but or it is in my collection anyway. Yeah, and I use that for the tree and for the grass. Again, like, I'm doing kind of a limited colour palette. I know it's not the most interesting thing in the world, but I didn't want to adventure too far out of my comfort zone while it was something so new. And here I'm using the same Heather and Cocktail Pink. Wow, I can't remember my colours. But yeah, using the same for this. And here I'm using yellow mustard green. That's my bad. Mustard green is the name of the colour, and I'm using that to kind of shade the tree and give it kind of a shading, I don't know, and the same on the grass so that it's a bit more three-dimensional, and around the cloud too. Like the little cloudy bits that you can't really see are actually, you know, they've actually got dimension stuff. Now I'm using lime green, which is the darkest green I use, but it's still a really light green. I used very pastel-y colours on this. Again, like, I could have gone a bit more dramatic, but I'm just trying something new out, so I didn't want to try too much. And here I use pesto, I think, just to darken it up a little bit, and I've got a fine tip nib on that as well, so I can get into the little corners a little better, so that worked out nice. Adding a little bit more shading here. Yeah, a lot of this was just me trying to make it not feel too two-dimensional, and now I start the oh-so-long process of doing the clouds. And I stopped using Cocktail Pink as my pink, and I use Sorbet instead, because it's just a lighter pink, and I'm also using Silver Lining to try and blend it, and obviously the Colourless Blender, which you see me scribbling mercilessly across the paper with. Yeah. But yeah, there isn't like too much different stuff to say here, really. It's an awful lot of the same, which, you know, not a bad thing. It was fun to do, it was very, like, relaxing, but at the same time, oh man, it took a while, which is why this is going very fast, because I had to speed it up a lot to make it a reasonable length, rather. But yeah, I really hope this is at least a little bit interesting, seeing how I try so hard to render something that might be a realistic cloud. I leave most of the middle of all the clouds white, and I wish I had more light greys or light anything, because I feel like the colours, if you're working with a very pastel-y palette, it's very hard to have like something between white and the other colours, because usually that would be these colours, but obviously that's not gonna work so well. And here I've moved on to the pink, and the grey doesn't blend it so well into this as it did the purple. But I don't have any warm greys. I'm really missing out on greys and stuff in my collection. I'll have to try and remedy that. But yeah, I think it gives a sense that everything's like supposed to be the way it is. There, I'm just trying to correct a little, I smudged grey across part of it, which I feel silly about, but yeah, I feel like the clouds kind of pull the colours in and make the mountainy upside down island thing look like it makes a little bit more sense colour-wise. Like, it kind of looks more like it's meant to be those colours. I don't know. And then to really try and get that across, I also did this same thing with the sky, putting purple on one side and pink on the other, just to kind of give a, not exactly a sunset effect, because it's not particularly sunsetty, but I wanted that kind of an atmosphere, just not super sunsetty, because I'm not good at rendering skies. Again, this is all stuff that I really need to work on, and I will, because I've decided that I really want to get better at doing more different things and kind of expanding my skill set a bit. So yeah, there's not long to go left. I just finished this up, and then I'll show you the finished picture and scroll across it slowly. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video and you found it somewhat interesting. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, and goodbye.